Hello, welcome to Oregon Quilting, and it's September back to school time, and we do have a live audience again today. And I used to be so sad when summer was over because I never wanted my children to go back to school, but they all got wonderful educations and they're very smart. They have very good jobs and I'm very proud of them. And I had a wonderful summer. I got to spend time with our Miss Amanda, and at the fair she got second place on her Quilts of Valor. She got first place on her table runner. She got first place on her 9-patch pot holders. She got first place on her table setting, which was about the Oregon Trail, and she used information that was from my great-great-grandmother's diary from the Oregon Trail. And then she was blessed with a wonderful sewing machine, and thank you Montevilla Sewing Center. And the night she got it, she stayed up all night and she made herself a little stuffed sofa for her dolls, and that got a special award. So we had a wonderful time with her. She was just amazing. And I got to spend time with my sister. And what else did I do? I traveled. We played in banjos. We went to an international banjo convention. So I had a really nice summer. And when I was teaching, I was always excited for September to come. But now I just will be quilting. So we're happy to have people with us, and we have eagle panels. And not everybody wanted to make quilts. So I thought we'd find some things other than quilts. We do have our wall hanging. And so wall hanging's easy and it's simple. It's not finished quilted yet. But if you don't want to make a big quilt, you can make just a wall hanging. And then somebody asked if they could make a tablecloth, and I said, sure. So you can make a tablecloth. And then for a while we were doing table runners, and so I decided I'd make a table runner. So I just used part of the panel for the table runner and the stars for the back. And then I decided I wanted a pillowcase. So I have a pillow. Now if you use the panel sideways, it's not quite big enough, and so I just added a strip on it. So some simple things. If you don't want to make a quilt, you can still use the eagle panels, and they're nice. I really like them. Now we have several things to share today because we didn't tape live the last 2 months. We had some other exciting programs going on. But we have people who are going to share some of the projects that we missed. So Karen, would you like to start?
Sure. In keeping with our fabric challenges that you've issued through the year, this is the next block. So these are seed packets, at least I think that's what they are. Labels, that kind of thing. So I continued with the same block. And then for the following month, I changed it up. Decided to do it. Why don't you hold that one?
Oh, okay.
You can kind of see the difference. I changed it up, and then we have some motion. So the red goes this way, and then the center is a little bit different. And I thought that was kind of fun.
Oh, fun!
So
yes.
Who knows what next challenge? I might play with it even more. I don't know.
Okay.
But that was fun. I really like this butterfly fabric. That was a good time.
I'm so excited to see what it's going to be when you have all of them. Will need a big stage.
I know, and
King
I want to go ahead and
size.
start sashing it, but
oh yes,
I'm going to wait because I want to put them in just the right order.
That's just right order. Okay.
And then about a month or so ago, we had a retreat over at the beach, and a number of us got together. And this was a couple of the projects that I worked on. I took some batiks and kind of did my own thing with the pattern because I can't follow directions to save my life.
Oh, look at that. Oh my.
But I wanted to work with circles. And so that was kind of fun. So that was that one. And kind of along the same lines was this one. This was actually a quilt kit to do squares. I think I'll hold it this way.
Okay.
To do squares, and again, I wanted to do the circles. And this is what I ended up with, and I just really liked it. And the thing I really thought was fun is I was trying to use up all the fabric, and didn't have enough left over of the half square triangles to do it all the way around. So I just kind of did a little accent here and there, and it kind of turned out fun. And when we were doing this over at the coast, I held it up, and when we took the picture, it looked like a stained glass.
Oh, yes.
So it really stood out.
It's
so it was
beautiful.
Kind of fun. So.
Well, and a lot of people are afraid of stripes, so just try them and just, you know, do something with them, because often they'll say, "Oh, I can't do stripes."
And it was fun because it was definitely a challenge. I put it on my design wall, and okay, this one's got to go this way, and this one's got to go this way, and then it took me a couple weeks, I think, to finally get it finished as far as where each block
Where
went.
they went. That's amazing.
But it was kind of a work in progress as it went. I just kind of composed as I went.
As you went? Very, very nice.
So, that's what I've been working on.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay, who's next? Sandy.
Start with the challenge
Okay.
blocks that we've been working on. They're not finished yet, but
Yes, but you have them pinned so
Oh,
we can
excuse
see
me.
them. Look at that.
got these.
Okay, and then they'll all be on the white. Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're going to be on it yet. I put them on the white and
Well, I
just
think,
to show.
yeah. Well, and they stand out, I think, if they're with the white. The blocks themselves stand out.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to change this blue. I'm not real crazy about this blue in the center.
Okay.
And so I'm going to change that out. And this one.
Isn't that pretty? You know, the butterflies turned out really nice. That's really pretty.
And I got extra fabric of this.
With the yellow.
And Angela did, I should say, for me so that I can make a whole quilt like this one.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Our granddaughter got married last weekend, and her mother-in-law asked me to make her a batik quilt. And so this is the pattern that we chose.
Well, let's make a difficult one, shall we, with all the little... Why do it easy?
Actually, it's not such a difficult pattern at all. I'm trying to decide if I really want to put the black and white through here. This is the plain one that I'm really kind of partial to. Do you?
Like the plain ones?
Yeah. Anyway, but each block in the quilt is going to be in the color in the colorway. I mean, it's not all of the colors in one block. You know, there's going to be a pink block, a blue block, a green block. So
Okay.
anyway, I have about 40 blocks cut out and sewn together. I'm partially sewn together, so I still have a lot of work to do. And this is the Quilts of Valor quilt that I made at the beach. I was one of the beach ladies. And anyways, and this will go for to the Quilts of Valor.
Isn't that fun?
And I'm not sure if I've got enough size on it, so I might put another red sashing around,
it.
to make it a little bit larger.
Yeah. That's fun. Okay.
Yeah. So Yeah.
Thank you.
It's my
Sarah.
project.
Good. We like to share lots of different kinds of things.
Yeah.
And just remember, all you viewers out there, all of us started with one quilt, one little block, one little beginning. So, thank you, Sandy. All right, next. Carol. Carol. Oh. Oh.
Okay, I've got the challenge blocks, the seed packages.
Look at that. Yeah, I hold them so we can see them.
And I guess this is the last one, is this one. And I'm trying to do the same square. And I've figured out they fit together and make 3 different patterns, whichever way you turn them.
Oh.
And these are corners, which is all my least favorite of each packet. But they don't necessarily go together that well, so I'm really having fun trying to figure out which square goes where.
Where to put them.
So they make like an X, or they make a diamond, or a chevron,
Okay.
whichever way you lay them.
That's nice. That's going to
So
be fun.
I'm kind of anxious to get those last 4 because I was laying these out on my bed and it's like trying to figure out which one goes where.
Yeah, and where you want them.
And then I'm gonna have to change it all because there's 4 more blocks.
That's right. Challenge. That's our middle name. Actually, it's become our first name. Challenge.
And this was the Quilts of Valor. Do what Sandy did and flop it over the table. And that's the hole in the barn door pattern.
And each one is opposite.
Right.
So this has, so it looks like a different pattern.
And then these come together
And
to
make
make,
a secondary pattern.
and then this, a third thing.
Yeah, that's really fun. And it's just a very simple pattern. You can take a very simple pattern and make it look really complicated.
So
Thank you. I like that.
it's a pattern that you handed out to us. And it was easy, so that's why I chose it.
But it doesn't, and it was easy. It's an easy block to do. But when you do them, why then they look complicated.
And another group that we go to called So It Goes, up in the Downs, we're doing
Oh,
what is it, Happy Scrappy Houses.
houses.
And this is my first applique.
Very,
So.
very nice. First applique.
So I got to put the walking foot on my brand new sewing machine and
Oh,
try that
good.
out. But yeah, I drew the palm tree and
Oh,
that was
very
fun trying to
nice.
sew around that with those little stitches, but yeah.
That's very nice.
So I just couldn't go with the plain little box house they had in our
No.
pattern, so I had to
No.
make a 2-story house. And this is my last one. This was from a third group that we go to.
I think it has a pin in it here.
Oh, it's just a measure. That's my measurement.
Measurements are good.
Yeah, so. And this is supposed to be just squares across, but for some reason I just measure funny. And they didn't all end up the same. And so it ended up askew, but I like it better that way now. So you'll notice at the bottom, they didn't all end up straight across, so I faked out some, like it was, another square starting out.
Let's hold it still for a minute so we can see it on the camera.
But it's totally scrappy. So, I don't remember what they called this one, hourglass or something.
Oh,
So I used up a lot of scraps.
yeah. That's fun. Very nice.
Well, that's what I've been doing while we
Okay.
weren't taping for 2 months.
I know, this summer. Everybody I know, summertime and it gets really hot, and what do? We quilt. Because we're quilters. Do we do it in the winter? We're usually too busy in the winter. All right. Who's next? Doris, do you want to be next? Aunt Doris is with us today.
I have weak knees.
Oh, that's okay. Television can do that to you. Oh.
I'll start out with I didn't put them all together.
That's okay. You don't have to have them all together yet.
Well, I will eventually. Then it kind of makes a square block in the middle.
Yes.
I decided I liked the blue around the outside better.
Around the outside.
Yeah.
And the blocks look so different when you, depending where you put them. It seems more cohesive with the
It does.
blue, yeah.
This is my favorite square right here. The last ones we got.
Oh, yes,
I love that.
yeah. Those are pretty. All right. And then you have a project, another project for veterans, correct?
That's right. And it's more fun than the barrel of monkeys.
So look at
Where's me?
these. So do you want to tell us a little bit about, so these are for veterans, and you,
The veterans in the Dalles.
in the Dalles,
Mhm.
okay.
I've got 100 of them made and still working on it.
A round of applause, please.
And they're a lot of fun to do.
They are. And then you fill, what kinds of things do you put in them?
I don't know, Sandy?
They fill them with candy, individually wrapped crackers and cookies, just all kinds of things that
Just
that
little
they have to,
goodies.
if they want, they have to pay for them, and they don't have a lot of personal money.
Right,
And,
right.
And this project is for the Veterans Home in the Dalles. And
Okay.
whatever is left over from the Veterans Home, after the veterans get theirs, all of the rest of them will go to Department of Human Services for foster kids.
Oh,
in
wonderful.
the Dalles. And what they do with the socks at CSD is they fill them with goodies at Christmas time. All of the foster kids, of course, get gifts from their families and whatever, but there are different agencies in town that give gifts for foster kids. And these are good. The socks are good for teenagers because they get a lot of gift certificates. And so they can put a gift certificate in the bag for the teenagers or the adolescents. And then the little kids get, Matchbox toys. And stuff.
When I was a kid, you got an orange and a handful of peanuts.
Yeah. Well, they probably get that too, in addition to.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Doris.
Elizabeth.
Teresa.
Okay, I have a few things here. The first one is the little bouncing Betty. I'm starting to use up my smaller pieces of fabric, so I have 3 done. I did not get the butterfly fabric yet, so that'll be next, I suppose.
Okay.
But these are all, I love that blue for the background,
Yeah.
And thank John for that. He picked it
Yeah,
out.
he did such a good job. It's just so, makes everything so brilliant. And then I have, this has been washed, so this is how quilts turn out that haven't had the fabric washed in advance. I made a table runner for my newly remodeled kitchen, which has kind of a terracotta color on the walls, something like this.
So I just thought I'd bring this by. It's been washed a few times, so it's a little crinkly. And
Well-
I like the crinkly, so
The well-loved look.
yes.
Yes.
And this is a finished quilt from the last time we were here. The snowballs with our challenge fabric.
Yes.
This is now done and ready to go to a senior in Clackamas County, Oregon City area. And I had a dear lady, a friend of mine, that put in time and talent and did the quilting, so it has a real cute little flower that shows up in the middle every once in a while. So this was a, again, with that blue fabric, love it, love it. And I have one more donation quilt that I finished up in the last month or so. Again, my friend quilted it. This was all, most of it, the fabric was given to me by, I believe, somebody in a yard sale.
Oh, okay.
And it's just a real simple 6x6 square. And it's just a matter of arranging them in a pattern and sewing it together. So the fun part of this is there are little butterflies every once in a while in this green fabric.
Oh.
It just shows, so it gives a little bounce to it. But again, another senior in Clackamas County or Oregon City will get this.
Very nice. Oh, in the back.
Oh, well, as always with a 45-inch fabric, you always never have enough to finish it, so I just put in squares to stretch it out.
That's a good idea. A good idea.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I think that's everything.
A remodeled kitchen. Ah, a dream.
Thank you.
Ah,
We have a new gal who has joined us, and Sandy, I.E., made this block.
oh, look
Isn't that
at
pretty?
that. It is beautiful.
I love the butterflies. It's just so much fun. And then it looks like she has a little purse. Is this one of those that pops open?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it snaps open.
Oh, look
Very
at that.
cute. Little prairie points. Very fun.
So, now I still don't know how this works. What makes it work?
It's a measured
You
tape.
can buy it. You can buy stuff and they have kits.
It was the measuring tape that wraps up the little metal case,
Oh yeah.
and you cut the tape to fit inside.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
They have kits too if you're too lazy to do it that way.
very
Isn't that cute?
cute. That is.
That's kind of fun.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us. And I have some things. Lynette couldn't be here today. Actually, she's working at the quilt shop of all things to do. But she brought some things to share. And this is what she did with her butterfly fabric. Isn't that cute? And she's going to find butterfly buttons to put the handles on with. So I thought that's really cute. I need to make myself something out of the butterflies. I didn't have that fabric with me today, or it would be a dress. You at home don't know about that. And then she also made pillows. And these are the kind, so it's like an envelope. So you can put your pillow in. And they're quilted. She put the designs in. Aren't those cute? So. Camera doesn't like white, but okay, this is the inside. This is a table topper, and she cut the batting smaller so that it's not in your seams, and then used the Marty Michelle tape, iron-on tape. And so you put that on there so that you don't have the bulk in your seams. So when you turn it, you have to find the opening. There is a secret opening. When I first started doing quilts, I did the birthing. You know, they were so big. So we're birthing a table runner. For all you new mothers out there, congratulations. So she used this, this is with her seed packet one. And it makes really nice, sharp edges.
Elizabeth, what kind of tape is that?
This is Marty Michelle's batting tape. And it just irons on, or you can just sew it. It comes in, I believe, 2 different widths. This is 1 inch wide and it's 30 yards long. And it just really makes sure everything, you know, nice and crisp. So then her challenge, and she didn't finish it so I could show you how the inside goes. So this was one side, and she just, is this upside down? But she decided that it was too bright. But of course I'm a purple person, so I like it. And then the other side, so, and there are 2 different patterns, and I don't remember. Who can tell me what the patterns are? I don't remember, but there are 2 different patterns there, so. And on our quilt that we've been adding to, they're really hard to see. You have to look closely. But I put butterflies in the flower garden. So, and I didn't try an applique. I just used steam a seam. I was going to do it double, you know, and then stitch it so the butterflies would be flying. But this was another one of those, you know, midnight projects. After I got off the plane. So. And then, of course, you can always make a dress out of the panels. There's the front. There are 2 panels. So I decided this morning that I needed a dress to wear. So I just cut it out and stitched it up. So I thank you for being with us and starting our fall. I'm going to miss being able to spend more time with my children. And Faith could not be with us today. She had a death in her family, and so we're all thinking about her. And she will be back. Faith is ever faithful. And I had to actually talk her through this so she would actually go to see her family. So Faith, we miss you. We'll see you next month. And be sure and tune in again. We have lots of people to thank, and especially Montevilla Sewing Center. They just have been so gracious. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and thank you to my audience. And we'll see you next month.